Hello everyone, Vincent from HDTV Test here. The good news keeps rolling in for owners of the LG CX or C10 OLEDs and also Samsung's 2020 QLEDs. The reason I say that is because even though Nvidia has revealed yesterday that its new Ampere series of graphics cards, namely the RTX 3090, 3080 and 3070, will support up to 48 gigabits per second of HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, and Nvidia personnel has confirmed today that these new graphics cards will also be able to output 10-bit full RGB or 444 chroma over HDMI, which is extremely good news for owners of these televisions because this means 4K at 120Hz at 10-bit 444 or RGB will be able to fit within the 40 gigabits per second of HDMI 2.1 bandwidth implemented on these televisions. I would like to thank my Twitter followers for bringing this information to me so that I can actually produce this video. So they are DaloBG, Zuzox, and also DMNK7S. And I know these Twitter followers like the back of my hand. So this marks a change from previous Nvidia graphics cards where they have always artificially limited 10-bit output from their GFX or GPUs over HDMI, at least on the consumer side. So previously on the RTX 20 series, you cannot actually send out 10-bit RGB or 10-bit 444 over HDMI. So this was the reason why owners of TVs with only 40 gigabits per second of HDMI 2.1 bandwidth was a bit worried because, let's say if you can't send out 10-bit 444, that means that you have to drop down to 8-bit 444 or go up to 12-bit 444 for 4K at 120Hz. And obviously, if you are not capable of supporting 12-bit 444 because you don't have enough HDMI bandwidth, then you will have to drop down to 8-bit, which is not good for HDR. But now, all of these are non-issues. So this leaves the Nvidia side settled. So from the point of view of consoles, the other day we worked out that the Microsoft Xbox Series X will also be using 40 gigabits per second. So LG C10 or CX owners and also Samsung 2020 QLED owners, from the PC side and also from the Xbox Series X side, they don't have to worry anymore because, you can play games at 4K at 120Hz at 10-bit 444 without any problem. The only remaining question will be the Sony PS5 or PlayStation 5. Now, here's the thing. There are a couple of TVs, from Sony that has been built as ready for PS5, and they are the XH90 or X900H in the USA and also the ZH8 or Z8H. Now, the XH90 will have the full 48 gigabits per second of HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, but only after a firmware update, which hasn't arrived yet. But the ZH8 will only have, again, I keep saying only, it's immaterial now for most use cases unless you're using high-end PCs. So I'm saying only, and I'm always, quoting an apostrophes, that 40 gigabits per second of bandwidth, HDMI 2.1 bandwidth, is implemented on the Sony ZH8. So from the point of view of trying to market these TVs, I think, at least Sony should see some sense, again, famous last words, Sony should see some sense to allow for 10-bit 444 4K 120Hz from the Sony PS5 to at least be compatible with the Sony ZH8, which has 40 gigabits per second of HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. But yes, I think, it is settled now from the Nvidia side and also from the Xbox Series X side. So the remaining question is Sony PS5. But again, I think the good news just keeps on coming for owners of the LG CX or C10. So, it was all a lot of palaver for nothing. It was a non-issue after all, as we correctly said, in my initial discussion with my colleague Adam Fairclough, we said that only high-end PC users should be worried, and now it turns out that you don't even need to worry. So you're in good hands, if you buy the LG C10 or CX and also Samsung's 2020 QLEDs. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to the HDTV Test YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.